It is Virgo season, which means that we have stepped into the last zodiac sign of the summer. And this energy is really a transitional space between summer and autumn. Now, in the traditional seasonal wheel of the year, this is where we start to notice that the days may be cooling off a little bit, the leaves will start to change. And in the modern world that we live in, people are going back to school. If you work in a corporate environment where maybe you've had half day Fridays or something, those might be coming to an end. And we have this kind of sense of like a whole other new year where everything starts over again in September. Well, it is still summer, so there's plenty of time for you to enjoy this last little summer push here. But I want to talk to you today about how to use that precision and the perfectionist energy of Virgo to set yourself up for the autumn months. If the word witch makes you feel full of power and excitement, if you love personal development but loathe boring love and light conversation, if a sexy combo of witchery and inner work piques your interest, you're in the right place. Welcome home, Magic Maker, and welcome to Expedition to Soul, the podcast brought to you by the Sisters Enchanted. Welcome into today's episode of Expedition to Soul. I'm Sarah, founder of the Sisters Enchanted, and let's talk about Virgo season. So, if you know my sister Anna, she has a Virgo stellium and her sun is in Virgo. Now, I am a Sagittarius to the max. I have a stellium in Sagittarius. And if you don't know what a stellium is, it is a whole bunch of planets. I think technically four or more makes a stellium, but I do think that that's up to interpretation. And that answer might vary depending on the source or the astrologer that you listen to. But I have 5 planets in Sagittarius, and I think Anna has 5 in Virgo. That's interesting how different we are, just because of that. And Anna definitely has a precision about the way that she likes her house to be, or the way that she likes things done, or likes things to feel in her home space. There is one of my favorite things to do. I don't do it as much anymore, but I love to go to Anna's house and just cause a little chaos with my Sagittarius energy and move like little things around, take figures on her mantle and face them backwards. Or once I went in her closet and moved a bunch of hangers the wrong way. And just wait until she notices, and then will text me and say, "You've been up to no good." And I'll say, "Yes, yes, I have, my Virgo sister." So Virgo brings this energy of precision, like I said, to us when the sun is in Virgo. Now, when we look at the sun, this is an I am energy. It's a confidence energy. The sun aligns with your solar plexus chakra, which is your personal sun, the confidence that you have, the space you take up when you walk into a room. And so when we think about the sun being in Virgo, we are invited to consider what actions we can take. The sun is solar, action oriented in nature. What actions we can take to bring some of that Virgo precision energy into our lives. It's kind of can be a perfectionist energy, which can also be the shadow of Virgo, getting caught up in perfectionism. Virgo is also, though, a very nurturing energy, thinking of that idea of tending to the hearth and making sure everything's watered and taken care of. So, Virgo is not just like get it right, make it neat and tidy. And Virgo definitely gets a reputation for neat and tidy, but it is tending and caring. So with Virgo season here, this is the last month of summer, as I said. We are also in that transitional liminal space between summer and autumn. Now, autumn, when we have those 3 months of fall, we're in a watery, emotional, decluttering energy. And so I think that we can use Virgo energy to set the scene for that, to really set us up for space to dream and not just declutter our homes, but declutter our inner selves, to have space to vision and get lost in imagination about the year ahead. So, using Virgo energy, we can actually start that physical decluttering now so that we have this space in the autumn season when we're under that water energy to internally declutter and get into the depths and imagine what the intention is we want to set for the next year and the goal, because that all comes up so fast. It's crazy. It's only August when I'm recording this, and yet I'm talking about the end of the year. But that's the beautiful thing of having this overarching cycle to align ourselves with. So we can look at, what is happening, excuse me, what's happening in my life today, but also where am I in the larger cycle? And how am I using that cyclical energy for support and to make sure that I'm not just getting lost in the day to day and I'm keeping, a beat and a rhythm with the greater energy, the seasonal energy at large. So, as you're decluttering with Virgo, I have a proposition for you. And rather than just going around your house and picking up everything that needs to be decluttered and put into boxes and stowed away, I want you to do a vibe check. That's right, a vibe check, a Virgo vibe check. Now, we've been using this term a lot here on Team Sisters Enchanted, and I just did it the other day. So I'll share that with you. But we've been asking ourselves, rather than is something the way we want it? Is it perfect? Does it match what we thought? Does it, check all the boxes? We've simply been pulling back and saying, is it the vibe? Yes or no? Is it the vibe? And I love that question because I think that there's a lot of nuance to what makes something work for you or not work for you. And it takes away the idea that something is innately or inherently good or bad if it's just, meets the need right now. So is it the vibe? And in my own life, I did this recently. So I live in a pretty small house, and I have for clothes storage a like 4 foot hanging bar and then one of those IKEA 3 drawer dressers that were so popular a few years back. And I have one of those in the 4 foot bar. And then I've got like a plastic drawer thing. Anyway, not much space, not much clothing storage for a person who likes to get dressed every day. I get up every day and I get dressed, and I do like clothes. I like to feel good in my clothes. It's part of my morning practice to get dressed and ask, how do I want to feel today? And what do I need to adorn myself with to feel that way? So, in order though to have the different clothes that I love to have, I have to rotate my clothing using plastic storage bins that I keep clothes in. I store them away and I go through them every now and then. So it can be challenging for me though to do this because I'll look at my clothing in my closet or in my drawers. And then when I ask the question, well, do I like this? Does it feel good on me? The answer is yes. And that's why I still own it. I'm not one who holds on to things that don't work for me, right? So the answer is always yes. And that makes it challenging for me to put something away. So this time I changed that question. And rather than asking, do I still like this? Do I wear it? Does it feel good on me? I used that Virgo kind of meticulous energy. And I asked, is it the vibe? Is this the vibe right now? And it was so much easier to decide what stayed in my closet and what got put into a storage bin, what came out of the storage bin and went into the closet. And yeah, it was way easier than it's ever been before. So I simply went through really fast. Is this shirt the vibe? And so many of my clothes I love, they're in great condition. Like I like them, but I haven't been wearing them. And I think that I will wear them again. But right now I'm just wearing different things. Like I'm really into, whatever style I'm into right now. So that shirt, it's not inherently bad. I don't want to get rid of it because I know I'll wear it again, but it's not the vibe for right now. And it made it so much faster and easier. So use this Virgo desire to have order and neatness and tidiness about your life and go through and ask, is this the vibe? And I love that too, because so many people can struggle with knowing what it is that they want exactly, to have the clear image of what they want for their future, what works for them. I mean, how many of you listening could have 5 different, themes in your kitchen and be happy with any of them, like green pots and pans or all cast iron or, whatever, like your decor in your living room. You could have 5 different themes. You could go with cottage themed or spooky themed or modern or flowers and floral, and you could be happy with any, and it makes it hard for you to choose. Well, what's the vibe right now? And let that drive your decisions so you can get everything nice and neat and tidy right now during these transition months so that when autumn comes, you have more space to just be in your life and dream, which is really what the autumn energy brings to us. It is a decluttering energy because the trees are shedding. So we have that opportunity to shed in our own lives. We'll have a Scorpio new moon in those months, in the autumn months, which supports that shedding and transformation. But right now, with that summer energy, we also have shadow work energy supported by the fire element of summer. And decluttering can have a lot of shadow work to go along with it when you have to kind of go through the thoughts of sentimental belongings and why you should keep something even though you don't want to keep something, or what you spent money on and didn't use, or how this is useful and you're killing the earth by getting rid of it, or whatever the shadow thing is that comes up for you. The reminders of hobbies unfulfilled, left sitting and collecting dust, right? So use Virgo energy to do that shadow work, take action on the decluttering. But my invitation to you is to ask the question, is this the vibe? Do a vibe check. So you can do it on your clothing, you can do it with your home stuff. You can go through your credit card statement and anything that you're paying for. Is it the vibe? Is this it? If you have a recurring payment for like some streaming service or like cell phone game or app or whatever that you really don't use, or that maybe you use it all the time. So it's like the other end of that where you wish you used it less and you're kind of like always spending your whole Saturday on your phone or watching TV. And it's just that's not the vibe that you want to have right now. Put it on pause, cancel it for now. You can sign up again later. So go through everything. Is this the vibe? And let the Virgo energy, the shadow work portion, that meticulousness, the desire for usefulness and tidiness, and also that nurturing element that Virgo brings. Nurture yourself in this process and create space for you in your own life. All right. So there's your question. Is it the vibe? Now, remember that we have coming up our Autumn Equinox Sacred Shadow event. It's our free fall event that we're hosting in just a couple weeks. So if you want some support in the shadow work element, in creating a life that feels like the vibe, be sure to sign up. I can't talk today. Be sure to sign up. We'd love to have you there and support you in this adventure that is life. But for now, happy Virgo season, y'all. A shorter episode for you. Thanks so much for being part of the Sisters Enchanted family. And until next time, I hope that you have an enchanted rest of your day ahead. If you love the podcast, be sure to leave us a rating or a review. That helps us to get the word out about all we're doing here at the Sisters Enchanted. Thanks for being part of our community, and we'll see you in the next episode.